Ujima Radio, the home of black entertainment.
Lena, made a light skin shorty from Argentina. She said her name was Angelina. Lena wants some visa to go back to Lisa. But no visa.
So joining us in the studio today is one of Bristol's hottest emerging new wave alternative and soul artists.
With good vibes, great fashion and high energy live performances, he played major festivals such as Glastonbury and Boomtown in 2024.
And he's also a member of Pop Boys, a producer collective which features some of the best music talent within the African music scene. And at the end of the year he released his latest project, Big Head Volume 1. Welcome to the show, Sambee.
Thank you.
So Sambee, you're from Akwa Ibom. When did you move here and how has living in Bristol helped shape your music journey?
I came to the UK 2014 and I was 16 by then. So very young boy. Yeah, and I feel being in the UK has kind of switched because if I look back to that boy, say 10 years ago, I wouldn't think he's going to be seen now yet. Talking about music. I wasn't more into performing music. So Bristol has done its best in, providing me with friends, providing me with music production because I got to learn about music production in the UK. That was at UWI. So it's done that and it's kind of brought me to this position now.
And then let's talk about a little bit of your student experience here in Bristol. So you were at UWI Bristol, which is also our university. And, can you tell us a little bit about when did you start, what did you study, and how was your experience there in general?
So I started UWI Bristol, say 2014 when I came in, because I came in to be a student as well. I did mechanical engineering. I studied mechanical engineering, and that was an interesting phase for my life as much as I enjoyed engineering, but I guess the practical part of it was different. I've had a journey at UWI. From being a student, I started working with the student union, which was, say, an elevation to my career because working with the student union as a vice president, societies and communications, I was in charge of societies, enhancing student experience in general, which is so good. I love fun. I love people having fun. So it was so different from my career because a lot of people were like, oh, I thought you were doing dancing or doing creative arts. I'm like, yeah, I did mechanical engineering. So different, but I love engagement. I love people as much as I don't love people, but I love people. It's a love and hate. I came back to work with UWI as a student advisor now. So now I've been doing, say, 2 years now with the student advisor at UWI, and for me, it's very much where I've kind of grown up. I started 16 years. I became more of an adult in the UK. So it's more like where I've matured and noticed myself and become independent for myself. So everything revolves around UWI.
What you do when you got no visa? You dance. You dance, eh? I say you dance. You dance, eh? I say you dance.
Great, so what was your introduction to the Bristol music scene?
Well, first was Bristol Beacon. It was at the Beacon where we got our first paid show. And I tell you, this should be 3 years ago or 4 years ago. It was done by Rising Arts Agency. So they did, first of all, it was so good. They recognized me as part of the creatives. There's a 50-50 creative in Bristol, which was like, oh wow, someone sees me. I think that was the first bob because I get surprised with all these things. Like, yes, I want it, but when it happens, I'm like, so you really see it, Then I was invited to have a show. They had a show at the Beacon over like, say, I think 400 people. I don't know. But for me, that was like my biggest, that was the first of it for me. And I was like, wow, and we got paid and, going into the Beacon was such an environment to be in. So that was my first introduction to push myself because if you leave me, I'm a proper introvert. As much as I'll come out here and look, I'm just doing what I need to do. But if music could be done, we just sending the song to someone I don't even need to be there. I could be the artist. Last year, I had the biggest one of my life, going on a mini tour, just to even classify it as a tour, was like, wait, what's happening? Got to, Glastonbury. I didn't even know what Glastonbury was. I remember telling my work colleagues, Glastonbury, I'm going Glastonbury. They're like, oh, you're going Glastonbury. I just thought it was, I don't know, I literally didn't think of what I saw, basically. So going to the Glastonbury and seeing people and just performing and seeing how people, receive my stuff. And I'm like, wow, like there's no limitation in life. You are your only limitation.
You joined forces with the Pop Boys collective. What's your vision behind teaming up with them, and how do you think it will help elevate your career?
So Pop Boys is a collective of basically my best mates, and he is a great producer as well. He's really good, and he's in London. So he thought about like bringing all his friends who are like producers from different parts of the world, Canada, Nigeria, UK, where we could just, help ourselves push our sounds. And Pop Boys have been good in influencing my sound because we aim for like weird to be different and look for that weird sound, don't just make it ordinary. So we've grown like that, and we just keep growing, and just being like that focus group for me, that where if I make a song, because I produce say 80% of my stuff, so if I do something or I'm feeling I need some help, Pop Boys is my go-to.
Lina, made a light skin shorty from Argentina. She said her name was Angelina. Lina wants some visa to go back to Lisa. But no visa. What you doing there? What you doing there? What you doing there? What you do when you got no visa? You dance. You dance, eh? I say you dance. You dance, eh? I say you dance. You dance, eh? I say you dance. You dance, eh? Lina, walk by me now. 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 You dance. You dance, I say you dance. All I got you dance, I say you dance. You dance, keep it up, I say you dance. You dance. Lina, made a light skin shorty from Argentina. She said her name was Angelina. Lina wants some visa to go back to Lisa. But no visa. Lina made a light skin shorty from Argentina. She said her name was Angelina. Lina wants some visa to go back to Lisa. But no visa. What you doing there? What you doing there? What you do when you got no visa? You dance. You dance, eh? I say you dance. You dance, eh? I say you dance. You dance, eh? I say you dance. You dance, eh? Lina, walk by me now. 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 You dance. You dance, I say you dance. All I got you dance, I say you dance. You dance, kick up, I say you dance. You dance. Hello, je m'appelle Sambee.
So you described yourself as an introvert. Now, you played at Glastonbury, you also played at Boomtown. And how did you feel there? Like, when you go into such a big venue, how does your energy come out there? How do you feel?
Well, in terms of introvert, I will give myself to be an ambivert. So depending on the place and depending on I feed off energy. If I go to somewhere, I don't know, it's normal. If I go somewhere and I need to do something, I need to perform, definitely I'm going to be shy at first, anxious, but one thing I always tell myself is like, these guys are here to see you. They paid money. You're not going to go on the stage and start crying, are you? So that's not going to do well for us in this place. So I feel it's when you close your eyes and just imagine that you're the only one there. So I feel for me, I also motivate myself. I talk to myself a lot. I guess my introversion part helps me that way. Then my alter ego, which is the extroverted guy, the Sambee you want to see, also wants to come out. So I don't know, it just works out.
Big Head Volume 1, which was your project released in September 2024. What we would like to know is where your inspirations come from, what's the storytelling?
I like to tell stories, either stories from myself, from my experiences, or like stories from my friends' experiences, or general perspective of life, things that are really out there. Big Head for me has been like a long-term project. It's been like 3 years. It's been undergoing like changes, and Big Head for me is more like that. My love, R&B is soul type project, but they were like Afro R&B. But yeah, inspiration for Big Head has just been like my experiences in life, experiences in relationships with people. It's kind of built that stuff because for me, as an introvert, bringing back my introverted part. I barely go out to talk to people about these things. I'm a great listener. I love to listen. I love to keep the secret. But it takes a lot for you to get out of me. I need to be safe. I need to feel like you can keep my secret as me. As someone who is very private with his life, music is just that only one avenue where you can get to hear that conversation. Because with music, I'm going to be recording alone. So I'm not really caring about who is listening to me because no one is listening to me. So there I'm able to really translate. So like my music really talks about my experiences and, evergreen conversation, things that are never going to die, things we always talk about love, There's always going to be conversation about heartbreaks. And as far as there's things like that, this music always going to be evergreen.
Hello, what you looking for? I tell her to my fella Sambee, baby, can you move it? Baby, one just me.
How are you able to represent your Nigerian culture through your music while also connecting with a local Bristol audience?
Well, I try to fuse it with my music. Trust me, I feel with my music, I try to put in most of my dialect, but I try to infuse some of my languages into my music because what I'm going to believe now, I'm in a year where I'm experimenting now and I'm trying jungle, I'm trying drum and bass, I'm trying to infuse it into my sound, but I believe I am the Afro, how I sing it could make it Afro depending on the beat.
What's next for you? What does 2025 hold? What do you have goals, dream performances that you want to do this year?
2025 for me is promote, more Lena, push a lot of radio plays. I really want to get more radios on Lena. Then also push few songs from Big Head, which I've pushed. Say we've got Ujima, I've got Exclusive. So I just want to promote my songs, take time. I'm planning on a drop with another artist, but I'm yet to reveal. I'm working towards a 3-song project for the summer. In terms of shows, I would love to do shows. Last year was, a test of the waters and to show what could be. So this year, I really want to do it, experiment it, try it out. But yeah, I want to push more. I would like to be on shows. I did a show at the end of last year, which was at the Exchange, Sambee and Friends. Do more of that. But these are all my goals, and I just hope, my destiny help.
Well, we're super excited to hear it. And finally, can you tell us where can we find you? Where are you? Social media?
Yeah, so you can add me up on Instagram. Instagram is Mr. Sambee, MrSambee. So Mr. Sambee, TikTok as well. You can also find me on Spotify. I'm not far from your playlist. It's Sambee as well, Sambee. That's also on YouTube. That's also on Apple Music. That's on every music platform you can think of. Or guess what? Just go on Google and type Sambee, Sambee, and do whatever you like.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.